Hey Nate, how you doing? We're gonna start driving in a second, but I'm gonna be a little closer to home today. I know there's snakes out here. I've seen a couple dead already, unfortunately, but the goal is to do some cruising not too far away from where I live and see what we come across. That is the goal. And how are you today? Making sure I got everything. Alright. Cool. Did the race win? No, they didn't. Well, actually, I don't know. I left before because they were losing 3-0. Hey, what's up, Saget? Hey, I don't know how to say that. XD, yo, what's up? I'm pulling up my Google Maps right now because I know the area, but there's a bunch of little back roads and stuff here. And I would like to have a map up that I don't have to worry about with my phone, you know? I can get my tablet to work. Well, I mean, as I said, I've seen a dead snake in the road already, unfortunately. But, okay, it would be cool if you would. It'd be a lot cooler if you worked. There we go. All right, maps. Hey, Maddie, how are you? Like the stream. Yes, like the stream. Was #1 like. Well, thank you, Nate. That is fantastic. Maps now for us are online. Okay, I don't care about that. No thanks. All right. Almost there. I don't know why this tablet is so slow. Satellite view. I just need my maps. What do you mean you don't know where I'm at? Oh, I don't have my permissions on while using the app. Okay, cool. All right. How are y'all doing today? All right, and that can load. I don't exactly need it right up in my face or anything. I just would like to be able to stop and take a look at that. Hey, I'm gonna just lurk, old and tired. Nothing wrong with that, Shrimpy. Thanks for stopping by. Man. All right. Let's do some driving. Probably do some meandering on some random roads and the thing is, at least where I'm at currently, there's a decent amount of people. So, probably going to have to bob and weave out of traffic a little bit. But, these are back roads. I'm like 5 minutes from my house at the moment. And it says the goal. I know there's some roads. I know there's a lot of rat snakes out here. I found corn snakes before. I have not found a live rat snake in this general area. Thanks, gamer dude. I've not found a live rat snake in this general area, even though I've seen a ton of, unfortunately, already hit rat snakes. I have found a black swamp snake out here. My first one was actually only literally 5 minutes from my house. Most of these areas have signal. They have service, which is good. Some of it doesn't. I'm going to try to avoid those areas, and I already got somebody right on my tail, of course. But I've seen plenty of them. I've caught a few. There's good. I saw dead snakes. I saw dead snakes the road that crossed earlier, and of course, like, I'm going to have a couple spotty areas. Ooh, that's a snake right there. I think it's dead. I don't know what it is. But we're going to get out and take a look. It was dark, and there's an armadillo right in front of the car. Do you see it right there? Stick his little nose up. Armadillo. Armadillos keep digging. And there's a couple cars coming right behind me. Look at that. I didn't even see him until I stopped. All right. Let's go take a look at what this guy was. I'll let this guy in the car pass me real quick, so he's not thinking I'm too much of a weirdo. Let me take a quick jog so I'm not in the road too long. You guys can hear me heavy breathing. The snake was, I did pass it a little bit of ways, which sucked. All right, let's see. Is this it right here? Nope. Man. Oh, there it is right there. What is this? What is this? What is that? Oh, that's a green water snake. Dead green water snake. Big one. Toss that out of the road. And I'm gonna walk my way, my fat, unhealthy shape, back to the car. And we're like, what the freak is this guy doing? Walking out in the middle of the road. So there must be water nearby, otherwise there wouldn't be a water snake. There's a bunch of spiders in this grass. There's a, whoo, I gotta be careful. See those plants right there with white flowers? Those are stinging nettle, and there's a bunch of them here in this grass. And that's the last thing I want to kick, right? Whoo, whoo, whoo. There's a bunch of stinging nettle down here. A bunch of little gnats and stuff too. Okay, well, snakes are moving. A bunch of stinging nettle off the side of the road. We called it 7-minute itch growing up because it stings you for about 7 minutes until it starts to go away. And I'll tell you, when I was a kid, and I had fire ant bites. They got into my shoe and everything. There's a couple cars behind me. I'm about to move here in a second though. But I stepped in some fire ants. I took my socks and shoes off. And as I'm taking them off, I stepped back onto 7-minute itch. And I will tell you what. Hopefully less people to deal with, even though there's immediately 2 cars on this road. All right, so we got a dead green water snake so far. Not the best way, but at least there's a snake on the road, you know? I think I saw a corn snake down here once. Pretty sure this is where I saw a corn snake. But technology gets to that point where, I mean, I'm sure we could get places where there's cell towers everywhere, but you know, things will improve. I'm sure soon enough everything's going to be connected to satellites rather than regular cell towers. We're going to have like a dome of satellites pinging around the earth, and that's how we're going to get our cell service. That would not surprise me one bit. All right, let's get a live one in hand. I mean, I like the fact that, ooh, is that a snow? That is a non-painted section of the road that looked like something was crossing it. Somebody said that was not my job and did not finish painting. Or we find out what's on Oak Island exactly. Nothing. Nothing. I mean, I'm sure there's some cool relics and stuff, but they've milked that show. I can't believe that's still a thing. They have milked that thing dry. Every episode, we found it. Well, not really, but we're gonna find it this next time. Oh, look, we found it. Well, not really, we're gonna find it next time. And every single episode, and I haven't watched it in years. But it's been a while since I've seen a commercial for it. But I think it's still on. if I'm not mistaken. And I've seen like news articles written on it and this, that, and the third about how it's actually true, and oh my God, so much. Hey, you know what? If people want to believe in something, I guess let them believe in it, but it's kind of ridiculous that that is still a thing. I can't believe it's still a thing. I can't believe it did go on as long as it did if it's not still a thing. Oh, it is still on? New seasons or just reruns? Many blessings, y'all saved domestic terrorists driving past me in the parking lot. I mean, oh, John Wick. Be careful. Hopefully they didn't kick your dog. I can't tell if you're being serious or not. Domestic terrorism, that's a lot to take in. I don't know exactly where this road ends up on. Oh yeah, I'm dead serious. Where do you live that domestic terrorists are driving around and you're in the parking lot? That sounds like no bueno. Shouldn't you get somebody on that if that's the case? It's local henchmen and the rights. They want to go in above the Constitution. That's the local henchmen and the rights of the people. What are these domestic terrorists? What do they believe in? What constitutional rights above the people? Who are they? What? So they're just people who think they have rights above the Constitution? Are you being coy and saying cops? Is that what you're trying to say? You have cops driving around and you're calling them domestic terrorism? Is that what's happening? Oh man, this area does look pretty good. All right, what is coming up here? Where am I? Oh, okay, I know where I am. I'm gonna go straight, because this is actually where I found that corn snake. Straight ahead of me. No cars, no cars, no cars. Let's go. Armadillos keep digging little holes in my backyard. Right. Let's make a turn. That is a tight turn. Tight. Alright. Make sure to like the video and join Discord. Yep. Like the video and join the Discord if you haven't yet. Link is in the description below. Alright. Stop beeping on me. It literally is beeping because of the weight of my tablet on my passenger seat. It thinks that there's somebody there. Are you ever gonna shut up? Thank you. I have a feeling that if besides rat snakes, I know there's a lot of rat snakes out here. I have a feeling if I find something, it's probably going to be pretty good. I know there's a lot of cool snakes out here. This is the area where there's not many snakes, but when they do pop up, they're usually pretty decent. There's not much water. It hasn't rained much. So maybe that's why that water snake was moving. I don't know. Come on, give me something good. 15-foot alligator. Yes, let's hope so, King Xenomorph. I'd like to... I mean, gators do cross the roads. Depending on where you are, there's not as many gators in the area I'm in currently. There are some, but there's not many of them. But you do have gators crossing the roads. I have come across gators at night on roads, even little babies. And I have a time or two gotten a little baby gator and safely helped it cross the road. That I have done. Right. Oop, there was a spider hanging from the tree, and he is now on the front of my car. Did not make it. I doubt it. There's somebody, looks like they're coming at the end of this road. It's hard to tell. Even though this is a relatively busy area, it's nice to be away from people. Alligators phobia. You're alligator phobic? You don't like alligators? I'll do some alligator videos soon, like going out and going to see them. I'm working on a coyote video right now that'll be out sometime this week. Oh, that wasn't a car, that was... Hi, Dizzle. Always makes me feel dirty to say your name. Jizzle. All right. I'm just turning down random roads and hoping for the best at this point. I don't know. You never know what might happen. You turn down a random road and all of a sudden the thing you've been looking for your entire life is right in front of you. Hey Tommy, how are you? How are you doing? We are looking for snakes. Hey Turtle Jeep Jen. Turtle Jeep Jen. Do you like turtles and jeeps? I'm assuming. Scared of them under a couple of feet when you grab your... Yeah, I mean, they can, but will they? Probably not. As long as you're aware, you shouldn't really have any problems. The problem is when you're not aware or you mess with them on purpose. That's when you gotta worry. Any good catches tonight? No, not yet. Didn't start not long ago. Did see a dead green water snake. Those guys are bundles of joy when they are alive, but unfortunately he was not. I did see it before I went live. I did see a dead snake in the road, but we're closer to where I live now, so I didn't want to go on a super long trip, and I know that, I mean, I found corn snakes and rat snakes and stuff out in these areas before, so I figured I might try it. Oh, great, that's what I wanted to hear, so I didn't miss much. Yep, nothing much so far, but little snapping turtles and Jeep Wranglers. Nice. I know people love snapping turtles. That could have been a dead snake in the road. I couldn't really tell. I know people love alligator snapping turtles. They're cool, or snapping turtles in general, excuse me. They're cool. I've just never really been into turtles as much, so I never really got around to messing with them. But I know some people absolutely adore them. And unfortunately, I've heard they taste good too, so that's another thing that people like with them. But a lot of things taste good that I probably would rather not eat. There's a lot of fish that taste really good that I have had before, but I don't go fishing because I want to just eat everything I find. Okay, I know exactly where I am. Cool. I don't like them because of Gumball episode. I didn't really watch Gumball. I mean, I've watched bits and pieces and I thought it was funny, but Gumball was a little after when I was watching cartoons. A little after. Ooh, is that something right there? No, that's just the debris in the road. Okay, I know I'm going to go straight here. I do know that. French kiss sniper turtle. No, thank you. And Jeeps are a big deal here. A big deal. People love Jeeps. They do the duck thing, and I don't understand the duck thing. And every single time I saw somebody on, I know what the concept is. You leave a duck for somebody, another Jeep, and they leave ducks for you, and you put them in your dashboard. I get that. But every single video I've ever seen of somebody doing the duck thing with the Jeep, without fail, it is somebody that I'm like, that's set up. There's no way that actually happened to you. No, it didn't happen. 35 was what? Oh, well, don't, hey, I watch Bluey as well. My son loves Bluey. Absolutely loves Bluey. He's 5, so he's not, almost 6, but he's not quite old enough. Or, I mean, I'm sure he would watch Gumball, but he's not quite on that. We try not to let him watch too much TV. It's not that we don't let him watch TV, but TV is not our first choice in what he watches. Just, you know, so I haven't really gotten him into the cartoons like that yet. My wife loves watching like Looney Tunes and stuff with him. I'm like, she's like, this is so much better. I'm like, yeah, Looney Tunes is just as violent, if not more violent. Cool, but they're #1 species used for soup. Yeah, I've heard people love to eat them. Same thing with soft shell turtles. People love them. It's a bit off sometimes. Yeah, it can be a little much. I don't mind them watching that. That's the thing. I'm not like super, you can't watch this or you can't watch that because of blah, 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 blah. Like my parents didn't let me watch like Pokemon because they said it was demonic and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's kind of dumb. Like you can't like force all the crazy stuff on your kids to desensitize them, but like you're not going to stop them from watching what they want to watch when they're older. And so I think that you just got to teach how to deal with the world. And, you know, there's stuff that you can obviously say, no, you're not watching that or what. Ooh, that's a snake. I think it's dead, though, unfortunately. It looked like a dead corn snake, to be quite honest with you. I'm going to pull over here in a second. Let this car pass. No, there is somebody coming behind me, of course. I'm going to... All right, let's see. I'm going to see if this thing is, I don't think it's alive, but there was definitely a snake there in the road. Let's see what this is. Oh, that's sad. It was a corn snake. Dead corn snake in the road. Is there anybody coming? No, there's not. I'm going to let this car pass me real quick. Pulling off the side of the road so they don't hit me. Okay. Nobody coming. All right. All right, well, there are snakes crossing. As I said, unfortunately, that's a dead corn snake, which is kind of what the goal is. I mean, to find one alive, that is. So I know snakes are moving. Now let's get one alive. Kind of busy road today. Well, yeah, this is, as I said, a little closer to my house. And unfortunately, 5-10 years ago, this area would probably be a ghost town. But because, I mean, I'm part of the problem. I moved here only about a year ago. So I'm definitely part of that issue. But I just say it in general, people moving from out of state, it's very frustrating. You know, the development is happening way too quick and there's no way to mitigate it. The only hopes that we have are like, I don't know, protecting land and growing upwards rather than outwards. Stop developing untouched land, and I don't know, build more apartments or something. Like, build up the cities. Fine, the cities are there. They're not going away. Build those up and leave the areas that aren't really touched. Don't develop more untouched land. That would be a better thing. As unfortunately, there's so many of these towns and little cities that are popping up. And they turn into cities fast. I mean, they're not major cities, but like places that were nothing 5 years ago are now, now have a ton of people. And the urban sprawl is the biggest problem. And like, then they start connecting to the next closest city. And when you have a little town in the middle of nowhere that pops up, yeah, it's not great, but like, that's, you can live with it. But then they start growing and growing and growing and they grow outward. So there's no tall buildings in a lot of these places, and there's just more homes and more developments until they reach the next city. And it's just like they grow along the major highways that are put in. And then all of a sudden there's no distinction between one city and the next. And then you get like Miami, where like Miami all the way up the coast to freaking Melbourne basically is just one continuous city. I think I should be okay in here with signal, but we'll see. My ex-girlfriend, she run out words. Oof. Oof. You said it, not me. Hey, I'm dealing with the same issue right now. I lose weight and then I gain it back. I lose weight. I yo-yo with it. I need to get on a strict diet binge. Not diet. That's not the right. I just need to eat healthier and eat less. If I can eat less, I think things will be better. I can't help myself. That burger looks good. Ooh, I want a second one. Unfortunately. Oh, I thought that was a deer, but it was a mailbox. Right. I saw a snake here like a month and a half, 2 months ago, something like that. It was crossing, and there was a bunch of cars behind me, so I had to pull off and get out and look for it because it was on the side I was on, and it just disappeared. I have no idea what it was. There's no water out here, so I doubt it was a ribbon snake. It was a little smaller, but I'm like, what in the world was that? But again, no way for me to tell. I know I've seen rat snakes out here. And I know there's rat snakes and corn snakes are the big ones out here. But the rat snakes down here are not gray rats. They're yellow rats. So they're yellow with the black stripes down their back. There are no grays down here. And I love yellow rat snakes. They got a lot of personality. And they're just pretty. I mean, a yellow snake with black stripes, like not bands, full-on racing stripes down it. They're just cool looking. And they get big. Ooh, there's a deer right there. I just passed it. Yeah, there's a lot of deer back here. And bears. There are bears back here too. Kind of still happening in West Kentucky. All the small towns are growing. A lot of woods are disappearing. Very sad. Yep. And unfortunately, it's happening all over the country. All over the place. And again, there's really nothing to stop it. No one's really thinking before they build. Oh, more deer on the side of the road. Yeah, you got to be careful out here. They'll run right out in front of you. And I don't want that. And I'm glad. I'm not going to say it because as soon as I say it, it's going to happen. And it's nice because there's just wide expanses of road with plenty of places to pull off on the side. Now I just need a snake to come out. and say hello. Yeah, they are mesmerized by the highlights. There's a guy who has snake seminars, vipers, cobras, etc. He said the rat snakes are the meanest. Well, yes and no. Hey, bathroom bat, that's a great name. Yes and no. Snakes are not all one and the same. So like, just because you have one species does not mean every single individual from that species is going to act the same. It's like people. You get mean ones, you get nice ones. Rat snakes, seen any hellhounds? Unfortunately not yet. I have seen hell deer. There's been a few hell deer tonight. But unfortunately, rat snakes are one of those ones where like, you can have a rat snake that is the nicest thing. I've had a few very nice rat snakes. Never bit me, not even once, never attempted to. Adults that never attempted to bite me. Babies tend to bite a lot more than the adults do. But usually, you can chill them out pretty quick. The rat snake I have right now came from the same place I had my rat snake before. That was the nicest snake. And he's a little devil. He will bite every opportunity he gets, and I've tried to hold him a bunch. Try to get him desensitized. Hey! Corn snakes are everywhere, all these pet shops and everything. I have met and held and caught some pretty mean corn snakes that will bite you any opportunity they get. And also sometimes they're the nicest snakes around. Venomous guys, you know, they're way. Ones usually are bite first, ask questions later, where they caught a Bigfoot. Mountain Men, is that what you're talking about, or whatever that show is? Mountain Monsters. But the venomous guys, the ones who like do those shows, tend to be a little bit hyperbolic when it comes to talking about non-venomous snakes, because they want as much about venomous snakes. Because people will just kill a venomous snake because it's a venomous snake, or I understand why they do it. As I said, I hate the word documentary sometimes, because people equate documentary with truth, and a lot of it should be mockumentary. There's a lot of those out there that I'm like, oh, this was a great documentary, and it's like on some bunk science that like they're just making stuff up, but because it agrees with what they're saying. Not a documentary. That's why I added them. Nice. Maybe Copperhead's meanest little sucker, catch and release. I catch venomous snakes. I don't pick them up. I might move them with a hook, but I don't grab them. Have you ever been bitten by a wild snake? Oh, you have never? Got you. Pick them up and move them off the road. When I was a child, I'd carry them inside and show them. My mother always put them back outside. Nice. Yeah, I've been bit by a few wild snakes. Sometimes they do bite. It's not. That was a stick. Got me for a second. Snakes do bite sometimes. Even when you're not doing anything, they don't know that you're not going to hurt them. And sometimes their first reaction when you go to grab them is to bite. So people are like, they don't ever bite. They sometimes do. Their first instinct usually isn't to bite. Their first instinct is usually to try to get away. Hopefully it stays that way. I mean, yeah. Snake bites in general usually aren't that bad. Go for all of them. Water snake bites tend to be really bad, hurt the worst, because they eat fish and other things that are slimy and live in the water. And so they have longer, skinnier, like needle-like teeth that they use to grab onto their prey. Frogs, fish, whatever. Boas and pythons are the same way for the most part. Snake bite here in New Zealand would suck, I can imagine so. But yeah, no, pythons and boas have longer skinny, longer teeth onto their prey. Especially like tree boas. Anything that tends to live in a tree tends to have pretty big teeth, because especially if they're eating birds, they have teeth that are meant to get through the feathers so they can get a better grip on stuff. Yeah, look for snakes on your thylacine hunts. Nice. How's that going, by the way? But yeah, you know, water snakes, they'll make you bleed a little bit. My friend's copperhead bite's terrible. Cut his arm off. Cut him arm. What? Why would your friend has a copperhead? Now, I am not going to tell you what you can and can't have, obviously, but that does not seem like the safest. Although I will say I would own a venomous snake, so I can't really talk too much. I just can't legally in Florida unless I have the permits, which are hard as hell to get. So I don't. If you guys are not part of the Discord, go check that out. Try to get everyone in there if we can, especially those of you who stop by a decent amount. But let's hope we come across something. I need to come across something live tonight. Let's get something in hand. We got 2 dead so far. Let's get a live one going. What up, Danae? Did my comment about the man who body slammed an orca amuse you? I'm not sure. I got a lot of comments on that one. Which one was yours? Or moose or moose or anything like that. I've heard about the moose in New Zealand. I've heard that they're there. And that there's like more evidence. I saw a video long ago talking about the moose. I did not know that was a thing until recently. I did keep it when I was night fishing 2 weeks ago. Really? That is really cool. I would love to see. I would love to go to New Zealand. That's on the other side of the world. Don't forget to catch on camera. We need better proof than. Yeah, exactly. Need proof, bro. Need proof. You better give me a picture of a moose in New Zealand. Oh, the thylacine. Well, true. The comment was, orca's like, you want to play okay? It proceeds to toss the man's body to flukes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it surprised me that they kind of just like were like, what in the world are you doing? Like they literally, like the mama orca literally just like stopped and was like looking at him like, what was that? It was so caught off guard by the fact that he full on jumped on him. We're lucky. We're lucky orcas are the way they are. Exactly. Act like you have Parkinson's. That's the only way. It's the only acceptable way to take pictures. That way no one can dispute you if you're lying. I mean, no one can dispute you regardless. Orcas probably wouldn't be on this earth anymore. They probably would have hunted into extinction a long time ago. I jumped on an orca here the other day. Yeah, that we're talking about that guy. The road was doing pretty good for the most part. But that little stretch of road does not like service. So dead squirrel was tripped me up because we don't see squirrels unless they freeze to death or get shot with a pelican or something. Really, we see dead squirrels all the time here in Florida. They're everywhere. Yet there's a never-ending amount of squirrels. Armadillos keep digging little holes in my backyard. Hey, there you go. I'm glad somebody used it. There we go. Oh my God. As soon as I say, I know at this point the service won't be too terrible, it decides to do the longest everything seconds. I'll say I'm Hoover Hog has got fight. The Rays. Straight trash. Oh. Ew, innuendos. Gross. Well, we were on this road earlier, and we're going to make a loop back and forth. So we should be all right with the service for the most part now, because I know that, there's a couple spotty spots, but it stays connected for the most part. We're going to do a few loops and a couple other turns, and we'll cross something alive in crossing. So we got that dead corn snake earlier. sure there's going to be another corn snake or so crossing. It's 10 o'clock, so it says it's 79 out. So the temperature is warm enough. We should be all right. Should be all right. Should be good. Yeah, I keep on thinking about race situation, and the more time that goes by, the more convinced that Charlotte was never pregnant. I had to restart my phone. The stream keeps looking for me. Oh, looking for me. Gotcha. Sorry about that. Yeah, I kind of cut out there for a minute, but I'm on a road I was on earlier, which I didn't have much problems with, so I'm going to try to stick with the roads that I know work now. No, it was bad service, but I should be away. I know, as I said, I haven't streamed on these roads, but passed by a few of these earlier. Only had a couple little spots where it didn't really want to connect, but now we should be good, and I'm only going to stick on the east road. I'm going to make a few passes on them because I know that there's snakes out on these roads. So we'll just do a couple passes back and forth, as this is like, I mean, the temperature's good, time's good. Should be, you have to get fine. Yeah, we do. I messaged Green Ranger. Wait, oh, hi Green Ranger. That was you. Let's say I messaged the Weeb Boot or whatever it's called, and I emailed them, so hopefully they get back to me. Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna buy one on my own, because they don't. There's some of them that, like, some of the cheaper ones aren't too bad. As long as I can get something going and know that it works, even if it only helps a little bit, as long as it works, I mean, that's a win for me. I might as well try it. So we'll, yeah, I definitely got to try it, because if I'm going to be doing this more, which I would like to do, I'd like to do a lot more of this. There's a lot of places I'd like to go that just, I know, aren't the best for my service. I was also thinking about switching to like T-Mobile or something, because I mean, I had T-Mobile beforehand. I have Verizon now, and I got Verizon because when I was living in Ocala, that was the best service to have. Oh, that's a snake right there. Is this a ditch? I can't tell if it's alive or dead. Run. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there's a deer right there. Where is it? Was that? Did it just get off the road because it was alive? Okay, well, it's not here, which means it was a live snake that I just completely missed. I'm just wandering down the road. Okay, well, I definitely missed it. Dang it, that was a snake. Okay. Well, that sucks. I didn't think I could pull over on the side of the road there, so I just kept on going a little bit. Let's see, is it in the bushes here? Is there anything on the road here? It didn't cross. Damn it. That was a snake. And it's definitely not there anymore. Well, shoot. Oh, there it is right there. Oh, it's what is that? A banded water snake. See him? Little baby banded water snake. Look at that. Oh. See how he flattens his head out? I'm not going to mess with him too much. At least I got a snake in hand. Thank you, bro. Hey, found him. He was just chilling off the side then. Heck yeah. Okay. Cool. I was like, that is a tan snake. Hey, we got a snake. We got a snake. It was a water snake. And I walked too far away from my car, so my stuff disconnected. So this music's going to be loud. Dua Lipa. That song sounds exactly like her old song. The other one, the levitating or whatever. Literally, the exact same song. So one thing I don't like about pop is that it all sounds exactly the same when they just redo their old songs. All right, so we got a snake. Got lucky on that one because he didn't just shoot back over. I thought I saw something. And I did see something. You get your PT belt. Wait, now we need to get you a PT belt? PT belt? What does that mean? I'm probably just being dumb. That should be an obvious thing, right? Yeah, I'm not a big... I don't listen to much music anymore. I used to listen to a lot more music than I do now. Should I turn? Go straight. I'll go straight again and do that big loop that I did before, except not go down to the dead zone. Alright, anyone coming? No one's coming. Alright. Glad we got a snake. As I said, close to home, you never know. I have seen a corn snake on this bit of road, so I know they're here. Saw that corn snake earlier, unfortunately not alive anymore. But snake acquired. Let's get another one. That's the goal. It's not like this is necessarily a new spot for me, but I've only driven these roads a couple of times, so getting anything in hand is a nice little bonus. And again, I'm really close to my house too, so it's awesome that I can just go right down the road, which is good for me too, because when the baby comes, there's not going to be that many opportunities for me to get out and go herping. At least at first. But y'all seem to like this too, so I would definitely like to do this. Oh, a reflective belt. Used in the Army, you can take it for the military and fly Superman, Walmart. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I was never in the military. I don't know your jargon. You military people and your jargon. Oh, there was a point in time where I almost joined the military, but it just didn't happen. All right. Come on. Give me a corn. A corn or a big, beautiful, busty yellow rat snake. I'll have to break that bee up. Ooh, there was a big coon on the side of the road. A raccoon. Big old coon. He's just looking for something to eat. A dead snake or something. They'll pick stuff off the side of the road and eat it. That's the one thing. Yeah, it's definitely a military joke thing. Sort of like cow type. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, one of the reasons that I like to move dead snakes out of the road if I can is because stuff does come out and eat them. And you don't want that to attract something else so that something else gets hit. Because it does happen. It does happen, unfortunately. Right. Go back up here where I know that corn snake was. I'll make another turn. I know what turn I'm going to make up here. I'm going to go the opposite way that I did that last time. Instead of taking a right, I'm going to take a left. Anybody coming? I don't see any lights. Well, after this little roundabout up here, I'll turn. Cow tipping, damn bunch of hulks in the military. Yeah, well, we've talked about it a little bit before. It's like, obviously you hear about cow tipping. I always thought it was just a joke. And turns out, I'm pretty sure that it's not real. And I think that's the inside joke. When you say you're going cow tipping, it's really just to go and do some stuff that you're not supposed to do when you're young. You know, like marijuana, stuff like that. Or go eat what comes off the cow turds, you know? You get what I'm saying. A bottle of water. Speaking of bottle of water, I'm drinking out of water that was in my car all day. And when I first got in here, it was hot. Now I'm drinking out of a plastic bottle that was hot all day. So yay, microplastics. Right. Watch me dance, dancing night away. Definitely a joke, like getting snipe hunting with a burlap bag. Yeah, you know what the funny thing is? Snipe's an actual bird. Snipes are real animals. That's the funny thing to me. I don't know if it was named after the joke had been made. Ooh, that was a dead snake in the road. Don't know what it is, but I'm not stopping now. Heard about rocks. I love some good rocks. I heard about crayons, not purple. Cowl. Yeah, I've heard about crayons too. I've heard that the Marines like crayons. You know, here's the thing. I'm sure that if you're in the military, those jokes can be made because you've went through it. I don't think that just a regular guy, a civilian, saying that is as funny to somebody who was in the military. So I'll watch it with that. But I would say a lot of these terms I hear from like the unsub podcasts, you know, like donut operator and fat electrician and all of them. That's mostly where I hear anything that comes, you know, military humor. Do not say that to a Marine. Never served. Exactly. And I don't mean that, and I don't mean it in any way. I just know the joke, but I think most people do. But yes, I don't just go out and say that. I am not, I like my body parts in the exact order they're in and not broken. Keegan Dunlap is my source. I don't know who that is. Keegan Dunlap. Oh, those are some bright lights. Thank you. What? Anytime you pass a tow truck, there's no doubt you're going to get blinded. Oh, gotcha. What kind of content does he do? Is it all military stuff? There are so many YouTubers, and it's funny because, like, back in the day, everyone knew all the major YouTubers. Now there's YouTubers that come across, they'll have, you know, millions of subscribers. Bought a Crayola birthday cake for a friend. Nice. You'll come across a channel that has millions of subscribers that you've never heard about before, just because there's, you know, so many big channels, and you know they have their own thing. And oh, cool. All right, coming up on to where that corn snake was. Let's see if something else is saying hello. There's that corn snake. All right, let's see what else is out here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a left up here next. Instead of a right, and then if I'll go down there, I don't want to go all the way down that road because it leads out to a highway. But I'll turn before I get to the end of it and come back and do a loop, and we'll see where we're at that point. Yeah, I definitely need to get that extender. I know, because we put a GPS tracker on you while you were asleep. You don't even know where I live, bro. I may not be military, but there's a deer. Yeah, you don't know where I live, bro. Try me. I might lose, but I won't give up. We'll put up a fight. It won't be a great fight, but it'll be a fight. I'll just sit on you. Hopefully my size will keep you down. That's the only thing I got going. Oh, man, let's see. Challenge accepted. Oh, geez. I think I take that back. I don't know how tall you are. No, did he? No, it's funny. My wife was watching a movie today. I don't remember what it's called. It's got like Queen Latifah in it, and Jada Pinkett Smith, and a couple other people. Two fat guys wrestling. God. Nah, I like to stay away from touching other men, unfortunately. It's not my jam. But, and then like they were at a concert, and they were at a Puff Daddy concert. And I'm like, oh no. Diddy's gonna get you. Don't let him get you. Diddy, no. All right, we'll try this road. I don't think I've been down this road much, so we'll see what goes on here. And if I'm not feeling it, I'll turn around and just go the other way. But I believe there's not too much out here either, which is good, which is what we're hoping for. And it's kind of close to a highway, so the service shouldn't be too terrible. Have you ever gone out to Lake Lindsay Road? Oh, speaking of which, were you here a few minutes ago when I caught that water snake, or got out and was looking for that water snake? You might have named the road I was on. Well, yes, I passed that earlier. That might have been like right before you got in, because that wasn't too long ago. But yes, I was just there. Yeah, there's not many places to find water snakes out here. Of course, the one place that did have water that I was in that general area, that's when that water snake decided to come out on the road. All right, we're into something. My dad's old place is down 98 from there. Old Gator Farm. Nice. Yeah, I'm right outside of Croom right now. Or not Croom, Citrus. Yep. Yeah, he's gonna find where I'm at. Well, Ranger lives not far away from me. So, and there's not many bodies of water down here. Dang, of course there's somebody right coming up. This guy's flying down the road. I mean, I'm going way under right now, so I'm gonna turn off the road real quick. Let this guy pass me. This guy is flying down the road. And there's another guy coming across the road too, so I'll let this guy pass too. You can't get away from anybody. What do you mean that's you? You're following me? Let's see. Again, I don't know what it's like out here, but of course, a few cars pass me. I'm coming to give you a wedgie. You wouldn't stop to say hello. A wedgie, huh? Well, we can tell what generation you came from. You know? Ooh, that looked like something in the road right there. I don't know what that was. It was dead. But I'm going to go check that out real quick. Wet Willie. Yeah. Forgot my teeth. Oh my God. What was that? Is that a... Oh, speaking of squirrel, that was a dead squirrel in the road. Why did I think it was a snake? What is wrong with me? The guy in here saying that it was weird because he saw a dead squirrel on the road, and they never see dead squirrels. I said we see him here all the time, and speaking of which, I find one, you know, smushed in the road. Early sabbatical. Pancaked, yep. He did not do that well. Come on, this looks like some good habitat for a rat snake or a corn snake. I've slammed my brakes for one of the black lines on the road before. Yeah, I try to avoid hitting things, but if I'm going too fast, there's only so much I'm going to do to try to avoid something, because I don't want to end up a statistic. I mean, I'm going to avoid something as much as I possibly can safely. I try to avoid it. Avoid slamming my brakes if it's not a moose. Exactly. I mean, a deer or something right in front of you, avoidance is the better option. But if a raccoon or possum or armadillo runs in front of me, yeah, I mean, I'm going to try to not hit it. I'm going to slow down if I have. But there's times where they've come out of nowhere, and I'm like, there's no way. Like, I don't even realize that it's there when I actually hit it. So, like, it's only happened a couple times. I did hit a deer once. That was not on purpose. I was going like 65, 70 down a 2-lane road. There was cars on the opposite. It was like a 2-lane like this. There was cars directly behind me, because I was going, like, people wanted to go past me, and they were right up on me. Like, their lights were like, there's not much I could have done to get out of the way. And I'm going to turn around up here. And on the other side of the road, there were cars coming the opposite way, so I couldn't veer off the side of the road. Literally, like, I saw them in my brights, and I'm like, please don't run, because they get up and, like, they look startled. And I'm I'm like, please don't jump out in front. And what did they do? As soon as they saw me, and like, they're just like, I'm like, I literally had like 10, 15 seconds where they're standing on the side of the road, not moving. And as soon as I get up to them, this one jumps right in front of me, flies like 30 feet in the air. I'm gonna turn around up here. And I had to pull off to the side. Nobody stopped because they probably see that stuff a lot, honestly. In the area I was at, there's a lot of deer. And I went out and I called, I forgot who I called. I was like, what do I do about this? And they're like, well, is there damage to the car? I'm like, well, the car is already kind of damaged. So not much you can really, you know, you can try to get a claim, but your insurance might go up. And they're like, if it's not that bad, then don't even worry about it. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to dispatch this deer. And they're like, all right, do your thing. And as soon as I walked up to it, it stands up and runs away. I'm like, bro, I hit you going like 65. There's how? But he ran off and I never saw him again. So hopefully he made it. And it went on someone's private property. There's nothing I can do about that. Wasn't too happy, but what you gonna do? Yeah, probably. Unfortunately, not. You know, again, not like it was on purpose. There's really nothing I could have done to avoid it. Cars behind me, cars on the other side of the road. It didn't go until literally I was like right up on it, and then it jumped out in front of me. Luckily, I was in a lower car. I was in a Mitsubishi Eclipse, so very low riding car. So it literally jumped up and it flung it like it scooped it. Like that video of the guy who hit one with the, I'm sure wasn't wearing an Easter Bunny suit. Well, if he was, he deserved it. Furries deserve it. If it was a furry, I would have sped up. Okay. Oh man, probably not the best thing for me to say on a YouTube live. Whatever. Oh man. All right, come on, give me something. Let's see, it's 10:30, 76 degrees. Man, this dude is flying down that curve. Should be a pretty snaky time right now, so we'll see. Hopefully I can get, I'll do a loop down that, I'll do a loop back up here, and we'll see what's going on up here. I just want, give me a rat snake in hand. I would love to have myself a big old fat yellow rat snake. Either that, I mean, a corn snake would be great too. Love some corns. I mean, don't get me wrong, like any snake would be great. I'm glad I was able to get that water snake. I thought that's what it was. I'm glad that is what it was. And it's getting humid right now. My glass is starting to get all foggy, which is good. I mean, dang, I gotta put my, I can't even see right now. Jesus Christ, that happened quick. Of course, I fat shame everything. Fat shaming is the best. I fat shame myself. I don't understand why people, I like being made fun of. I don't know why. Make fun of me all you want. It doesn't bother me. I like making fun of other people too, but you know, Depends on what company I'm with, of course. Yeah, I know, that fog came out of nowhere, like my window just went. All right, that's better now. Now that it's 100 degrees in my car. It's just that time of night, the temperature is right on point with the dew point, and then everything, you know, fog comes up, and ooh, there was some lightning out in the distance. The sky just lit up a little bit. Maybe there's a storm coming through here tonight. I don't know. I'd have to check the radar, which I can't do right now. But I'm wondering if there's going to be some rain tonight, because I just saw some lightning, which would be fantastic. We need rain. We definitely need rain. All right. I'm going to go straight through here. And then I'll go back and turn around, come down this road, and we'll go from there. I don't know what I'm going to do after that. But I know that at least I have service throughout most of this area up here. And this, I believe this would be a pretty decent area for me to find some stuff. So we'll see. Let these cars pass by, because there's a few coming. Yeah, light east of us. I'll check the radar. Cool. Yeah, most of the time it's to the east. It usually stays on the east side of I-4 anyway. And they both just went down that direction. Do I just turn? Which way should I go? Let me make a left instead. Go down this way and see what's up. There's some caves not far from me. I'm not going to go down a cave right now, but there are caves back here. Try to drive up here for a little bit, see if there's anything on the road that I missed. Over by Daytona. It's over by Daytona. How did I see the lightning from here? Jeez. That's all the way across the state. That's like 3 hours away. Probably not that far, but roast me, my friend. You want to roast me, or do you want me to roast you? I don't know you. I'm not doing a roasting game. No. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that shit. What do you think I am? Some kind of punk? Roast you. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you... So you're higher in elevation, true. Let's see. We got anything shit snake right now? That took over for a while, didn't it? Oh, there's some deer on the side of the road right there. Again. I think I was saying it to myself as I read it. Alright, it's getting cold in here. Turn that AC down a little bit now. Alright. Oh, there's another deer right there on the side of the road. You see him sitting right there? Look at that deer. Cut out for a second there. I have pulled a tag here. I did not have any luck, although I did see a bunch of deer. I just didn't have any cross my path when I actually needed them to. I am, though, going up to Tennessee soon, in early June, so I will be able to get my, what is it called? Oh my God, if I can think. Get my game cam, which attaches to, or like, you know, it's one of the cell phone ones. Do that, I can put it actually out here, and I'll actually know if there's deer in the area. Unfortunately, most of the deer I see out here are walking around at night. Hey, you watch what you're saying, sir. I don't appreciate your tone. Our deer here have nothing wrong with them. They are perfect. and they are delicious all the same. Okay? We don't need you to Florida deer, okay? So you take that talk and you shove it some because it is not appreciated here. You got that? There's nothing wrong with our deer here, okay? Don't make me raise my voice to you. Our deer here are perfect. They're just little guys. I think I'm going to become a rapper. You should do it. All right. They are very, very cute. Deer. Them. People don't realize how many of them there are. And I mean, even a small deer is still like, they just don't have big racks, you know? There's nothing wrong with having a little rack. Nothing wrong. All racks are the same. They do the same thing. Okay? At the end of the day. Equal love for equal size racks. Okay? Share the love with all the racks. Okay? You got me? Vanilla pudding, I got street cred. Vanilla pudding? You got street cred? You know, it's so funny. Whenever on Hill, you know, we got all this stuff. I'm like, I mean, I guess it can go bad from being, look at that deer on the side. Look at that perfect deer standing on the side of the road right there. That's a big old fat deer right there. No pudding. You got no pudding? One of my, speaking of street cred, one of my favorite epic rap battles of history, yes, I will bring them up again for the second stream in a row because I love them, was one of my favorite lines. Oh, there's more deer right there on the side of the road. You got there for a second. But the line goes, it was MLK against Gandhi. And MLK goes, I got so much street. Eat rice by now. Oh, you are aging yourself, my dude. Nothing wrong with rice pudding. I like tapioca pudding. And the only reason I know what tapioca pudding tastes like is because I worked at a couple of nursing homes. And that's one of the things they would serve as a dessert. And it is delicious. Same thing with bread pudding. With whiskey sauce. It's funny, I was eating that whiskey sauce, which definitely had some whiskey in it when I was underage working at this place. And I was like, dang, this is a good bread pudding, some good stuff. I'll eat some bread pudding. I don't care what people say, this stuff is good. Oh, man. Yeah, I definitely don't miss those jobs. Working as a waiter and a busboy at a retirement home. Ooh, that was a snake, that was a snake, that was a snake, that was a snake. Shoot, there's a car coming. Of course there's a car coming. Damn it. That was a snake, that was a snake. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Damn it. Ah, dead corn snake. I don't know if that was the same one I saw. I don't know if that was the same one I saw or not. Probably was. So I don't see another one. It wasn't right where I thought it was, though. I thought it was farther down in the road. I don't see any other ones, so I'm assuming that that was the one. Well, I'm pretty far down now, and I don't see what I thought I saw, so I'm assuming that that dead corn snake was the snake I saw. That's unfortunate. I'll keep myself. Yeah, I think that was it. Another dead snake, and that was a recent hit because that wasn't there the first time that I had passed by and no cars passed me. I thought it was more in the middle, but that one was kind of in the middle, so I guess that it's unfortunate, but that was the same snake. 2 dead corn snakes tonight. That's not good. I mean, snakes are moving. Let's see. I gotta grow up not being an alcoholic. Yeah. Oh, geez. I used to make. People were told not to touch any spinal nerve tissue. I would recommend check before dressing them. You know, I know there are reports of that here. Not much that I'm aware of, but it's definitely a concern that people have. It's just not as big of a deal here, I don't think. Not yet, at least. Oh, that sucks. Oh, did not mean to do that. Second dead corn snake tonight. And I think my car is starting to get foggy again. We'll turn this up. There's a car coming over the hill. Let that car pass real quick before we get going. Snakes are moving though. It's just getting hit before we can get our hands on them. 2 corn snakes though. So there's that, man. It's starting to, yeah, it's getting foggy. And the temperature, it's about perfect. This is about when I would want to, you know, think that snakes would be out. Caught a pretty large common snapper today. Hopefully we can find some snakes tonight. That's awesome. And people sure do love some turtles. But, I mean, we got 1 water snake and a couple of dead corn snakes and 1 dead green water snake. A lot of dead stuff. But, hopefully we'll have something live pass by us. Another live thing, I should say. Yes, and released. Yes, I want it in hand. I want to fondle the snake. Another deer. Jeez. Lots of deer. Lots of deer. Those tiny, tiny deer. And I can see that lightning out in the distance. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. There was a couple of flashes there a second ago. All right. That car is flying down the road. If there are any snakes in the road while that car passed, they are definitely not here with us anymore. Let's hope there's not a new one from the last time. I'm going to go towards the end of this road, and I'll turn around before I get to the end because I know that the service kind of cuts out over there. And then we'll see where we go from there. Oh, nope, that's not a deer again. That's a mailbox. It's the second time that's happened. Snappers are in season right now in Colorado, but I have no reason to keep them, so I let them go. Nice. I didn't know there were snapping turtles in Colorado. Jen was saying they are used in soups, the snappers. Yeah, they are. People love eating them. They got a lot of meat on them for their size. I didn't know that Colorado had snapping turtles. I guess I don't really think about water when I think of Colorado, but I know that there's stuff that has ranges far larger than I expect them to have. Them snappers, they got a bite on them for sure. I've seen tons of them here. We don't have the alligator snappers as common. Yeah, we only have the alligator snappers in a couple of rivers in North Florida. They're not throughout the state. Like the Suwannee River has them, and there's like, I think I think the St. John's. I'm not 100% sure on that. But there are places that do have them here. But for the most part, we just have common snappers, and they are all over the place. They are everywhere. I know there's plenty. Rado has some. What's Rado? Are you talking about Rado, like Colorado? Man, more deer on the side of the road. And there's a car behind me. Do you check the radar? Oh, not severe storms hit Connecticut. That was the storm wind. Green Ranger did, and he said it's on the other side of the state from where I'm at. So there's no worry here about getting hit by rain. I got a car coming up right on me right now. I'm gonna cut off the side of the road and let this guy pass because he is flying. And I really don't feel like dealing with a flying car right now. I'm gonna turn around up here anyway here in a minute. Yeah, I really don't feel like dealing with that bullshit right now. Man, 2-lane back roads and you have to go freaking 80. I mean, I say that and I do the same thing. So like I can't cry about it. I was going down to Jacksonville for a week, and on the way down the road, there are more pedestrian deaths in Florida than any other state in the Union. When we cross the line into Florida. Yeah, I almost hit someone. Oh, geez. That's not good. And yeah, there are a lot of pedestrian deaths here. It's just, see, here's the thing that people need to understand, all right? I'm gonna learn you something today. Most people hear about Florida and the drivers that are here and are like, you know what? Florida drivers are the worst drivers. They're absolutely terrible. Florida sucks. Florida drivers are bad. You have most accidents. You have this, you have that. And it's like, just take a deep breath and think for a second. How many people are from Florida? Not many. Not many. It's a fraction of the population. It's like, I would assume per capita that there are less native Floridians, that like there are less natives to this state than any other state. That's my guess. I'd have to look up the numbers on that, but that's my guess. When people move here, they get their license plate changed, blah, blah. They get, you know, they become a quote unquote Florida driver. And people who move here automatically say, I'm from Florida. I've been here long enough. I'm an honorary Floridian. No. I, being an actual Floridian, do not accept you as a Floridian. You are not a Floridian if you've been here for 10 years. It's not just tourists. It's people who move here. A lot of old people. They move here. They drive 10 miles an hour, you know, under the speed limit, whatever. They pull out in front of cars. Yeah, it's mostly old people. Not that there's anything wrong necessarily with old people, but people who should not have their license. And they, like, what I don't get, and Green Ranger can probably attest to this. There are roads out here that 10 years ago were completely dead. When I was growing up and I came up to the area I live in now, like I would visit the area because I was in Boy Scouts and there's a Boy Scout camp not far away, and Weeki Wachee, which is, you know, a very heavily touristed area. There was nothing out here. I know. We call them holiday drivers, but there was nothing out here. And now you can't drive down one of the main highways that used to be nothing 10 years ago. And now it's like you're bumper to bumper traffic. It's crazy. And it's mostly really old people who live in, you know, retirement homes, or, you know, they have, you know, those deed restricted retirement communities, and they're out at freaking 6, 7 in the morning. Why? I don't know. They're retired. They shouldn't be. What are they doing? I don't know. I remember Spring Hill Drive was Lime Rock, 19 was Toon Lane. Yeah, that's my point. It's crazy. And it's bumper to bumper. And there's like not too far away down 19, there's like this, what is it called? It's like a hero place, a Greek restaurant. It's down 19 and not too far away from Weeki Wachee. And I went in there once with my wife, and it was literally like, I don't know, it was like 11 o'clock or something like that. Full. Yeah, the 50, 50 is the main road that I'm talking about mostly. There was nothing there. Marion, Levi, yeah, exactly. Yep, that's very true. Hey, Field Herping Frenzy, how you doing? But it's freaking nuts, and there's what is that across the way from me? Is that oh, it's an armadillo. There's an armadillo across the street there. Should I go say hi to the armadillo? I want to say hi to the armadillo. Can I get to him in time? Armadillo, 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 armadillo. 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 Armadillo, armadillo, armadillo. Armadillo, 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 armadillo. Armadillo, armadillo, armadillo. Dillo, 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 dillo. Armadillo, armadillo, armadillo. Alright, I'm done freaking him out. Chasing dillos. Armadillo. But yeah, it's I was planning on getting kicked again if he'd let me, but he didn't let me get close enough to him. But yeah, it's freaking nuts how many people move here. And then they're blaming the traffic issues on Floridians. It's like, no. It's people who are from other places who move here, who don't know how to drive here. Or there's a bunch of old people. Yeah, that was well, no, that armadillo wasn't necessarily fast. I'm just out of shape. I'm just out of shape and slow. I've always been slow in multiple ways. I've never been a fast runner. It was like that here when I grew up in North Carolina too. They bulldozed it into swamp and developments all over the place. Yep, North Carolina is growing really fast too. Carolinas in general. You know, it's funny. Speaking of that, random fact here, Hilton Head, South Carolina, had never had an alligator attack before. I forgot what year it was. It was only like, it was in the 20 teens, like not long ago. And now there's been like 6 in the past few years. Yeah, exactly. Well, this whole area here is going to be one continuous strip of city. Like that's what it's going to be. Spring Hill, all the areas down past that, like it's all going to be one continuous strip all the way up. I mean, honestly, probably all the way up to like Crystal River, you know, Homosassa and all that. It's all going to be, when, you know, especially considering that they're building more of the toll road, like north of Crystal River. They're continuing it up. I mean, that's going to eventually be, there's going to be cities that pop up all around where they extend that highway because it's going to be easier to get there. Yeah, Spring Hill is little New York City, like literally. So luckily I haven't had to do it in a little bit, but when I need to make more money, I drive for Uber, and I drive for Uber usually in Spring Hill. When I tell you that, oh yeah, oh, it's 100% coming up there, and it's going to be the same thing. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I do a lot of herping in Levi, and you know, Lake, and you know, I go up north. I'm in Denellen and watching Landis. Oh shoot, I'm not too far away from you at all, man. I'm in Brooksville. I know what you're talking about. Rainbow River there is, you know, that's one of the things that are going to make it so that people want to go to Denellen. You know, it sucks. International Airport kiosk for Spring Hill. Oh God. Yeah, it's, I know they're doing a bunch of construction there at the airport. So, it's just, that's one of the reasons that I am going to school for wildlife conservation, because I want to, hi, how are you doing from Iran? That's, I have never been out of the country, so that's fight to turn down the extension for another turnpike down south in Babcock Ranch. They wanted to split Babcock Ranch in half. Like ridiculous, dumb stuff. And it's just like, bro, at what point? Oh, what is that? What is that? Oh, someone threw their trash out the window. God, I thought it was something else in the road. At what point does it stop? Are we just going to split every bit of wildlife corridor in half until there's nothing left? Learned a lot from your channel about snakes, reptiles. Keep the good work. Well, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that, and I'm glad I could be of assistance. But yeah, it's ridiculous, and it's not going to stop. That's why I'm going to school for wildlife conservation, because the point is that I want to actually know what I'm talking about before I start really coming out against it. The village is just its own county. It's going to be like Disney and have its own separate jurisdiction too. Jesus Christ! Thanks for the brights, my guy. But yeah, it's absolutely incredible how much negligence there is when it comes to just building all this stuff up. And it's frustrating watching it happen and knowing that by the time that anyone realizes we probably shouldn't do this, it's going to be too late and everything's going to be gone. So if I can get this in my wildlife conservation, a bachelor's in wildlife conservation, and then at least be able to use that for some good, hopefully, people will take me, a little bit more legitimately rather than just being a random dude on the internet talking about stuff. I actually have, stuff to back up what I'm saying. That's the goal. And if I can do that, and eventually, if it does well, maybe go into politics, that's my goal. That's my goal. Maybe. Politics might be something, if not. Yeah, the Nature Coast is it's all gonna be one continuous city. All of Florida, basically, at some point. Now, we're just waiting for it now. That's just the way it is. There's really nothing we can do about it. I mean, at least currently, no one's gonna do anything about it. I like DeSantis, but need a new mayor. I haven't really looked into local politics here, to be quite honest. I probably should. Absolutely, we need people to do that. Yeah, I'm just one guy. I definitely, my hope is, I've talked with Fishing Garrett a bit about it, and we're kind of on the same page, and I hope, I got my fingers crossed that we're going to do some sort of collaborative documentary type thing about the stuff happening in Florida. But, geez, I don't know. It's, he claims to have a lot of information about it that I don't even know about. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get into it a little bit more than I'm into it now. But we'll see as time goes on how that actually pans out. Who knows at this point? Who knows? I'd like to think that we could do something, even if it's, you're not going to curve the growth, the population growth, but at least buy up and protect a lot of land that's not touched right now. Stop just the unmitigated growth. You changed the world in the direction it was going. Are you talking about DeSantis? I like DeSantis. I like a lot of the things he's done, but I don't like a lot of the stuff he's done when it comes to the environmental factors. God, this guy is right up on my ass. Of course he is. But yeah, it's frustrating because he's not really changing things the way I for the better of the environment. But that's the worst part about having to pick and choose. I'm going to get off of this road because this guy is really ticking me off. I don't like him so much. Yeah, there's a lot of things he did that I like, but there's a lot of things in some of the stuff he said with the environmental stuff is but that's the problem, is I don't like anything that the Democrats are saying either. Their goal, their idea of of a better change is just to legislate the shit out of fossil fuels and call it a day. Put up wind turbines and definitely don't go towards nuclear. Which is that whole thing is kind of dumb, but you know, what are you gonna do about it? I'm gonna turn around here because I just didn't want that guy to be right up on me the entire time, which looked like he was trying to. Of course, there's a car coming down that way. Thank you. But what you gonna do? I guess I'll turn down this road again. Since we're already down it. Doesn't matter what party they're in, they're both crooks. Yeah, basically. Crooks, yeah, that is true, unfortunately. Seems like there's not really much good coming out of any of it. And I don't know, the things that people seem to be more like on board for are just like all dumb. Everything's just dumb. Everyone says one thing and does another. Need the land price bubble to burst first, but I wanted to get some extra land to keep natural. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. I'll never be able to, I mean, at least at this point, unless I somehow strike it rich, I'll never be able to afford my own property and land. Not like it is now. No way. I can't afford shit. And I'm lucky to have $1,000 in my bank account. Like, no joke. Like, I've got to bust myself to save to the, you know, to the degree I'm at right now, and that's like never happened before. And I finally have a little bit of savings. Look at the county commissioners, they're all looking out for themselves. Yeah, and you know, it always seems like that. But of course, everyone says the same thing. They're like, "Oh, we got to stop these people. We'll get in there, and I'll do this," and no one ever does anything. So I don't know what's really behind all of it, if it's because that's just the way that it's run, and you know, you get showed this book that like this is the way things actually are and you can't do anything about it, and they're like, oh shoot. I don't know if that's the way it is or whatever, I don't know, but it just, I don't know. Didn't you monetize your YouTube? Yeah, I'm monetized on YouTube. Like, this is my full-time job. I am not complaining about the amount of money I make. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, with the way that things are right now, like, even with the amount of money I make on all social media, like, I mean, I am fortunate beyond anything I can tell you that I make enough money to make my living on the internet. I am very fortunate in that, and I'm not complaining. But what I'm saying is, like, up until this point, anything before this, I have not been able to put money away. Like, I've not been able to save. It's been the struggle bus. And even now, like, I make just enough where, like, it's like I'm working a full-time job, like, you know, I'm a decent full-time job. So, like, I'm not, like, making a crazy amount of money, but the fact that I'm making it online is great. So that's what I mean by it. So, like, it's I'm not complaining about the amount of money, but it's not like I make a bunch of money. I'm not a millionaire. I hope you earn a lot more from social media. You deserve more than a lot of bloggers. Well, I appreciate that. I try not to look at it in the way of like, oh, I deserve more than this person, because, you know, whatever, they're working hard too, even if it's not content that I digest, whatever, you know. Not everyone thinks that it is what it is, you know, but I just look at it as I'm doing my own thing, and, you know, that's that. I appreciate everyone's support. I mean, you guys watching this here is really cool. You know, I don't know. I'm just doing my thing. It was awesome. I can't get enough traction to monetize. Have to fly around the world fixing high hazard chemical leaks. I'd rather get paid to herp. Dude, that's still, that's a really cool job though. I mean, I don't blame you. Oh, Green Ranger, seriously, you don't have to do that. Thank you though. It's my gas money for today. Thank you. You didn't have to do that, seriously. But you know, it's just keep on doing it. Like, it's hard to do full-time herping videos. I tried that in the beginning. You know, it took a lot of I mean, I still don't have traction on my long form videos. You know, mostly my shorts that I make most of my money from, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not as consistent as someone who makes their living off of their long form content. So it's kind of, you know, I just kind of go with it at this point. But thanks again, Green Ranger. You didn't have to do that, seriously. But yeah, no, I don't know. I am very fortunate. Oh, thank you, sir. Dude, but herp time, like flying around the world fixing chemical leaks, that sounds pretty cool. Like, I've never been out of the country, if that tells you anything. What a dude. What a guy. Rabble. Whatever that term is. Looks like the snakes are not wanting to show themselves as much as I was hoping they would tonight. Well, I mean, alive, that is. Why couldn't they have not been alive for me? That's rude. And I'm called for. And I don't appreciate it. High adrenaline, high stress. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure that it can be amusing at first, but then it gets to be a little too much. Well, I appreciate that, Green Ranger. It means a lot. You know, it's you touched on one live shoelace. Yes, I did touch one. I did touch him. I did tickle him a little bit. So I did. You know, it's not a complete loss. I mean, just getting out is nice. As I said, soon enough, as long form videos, you'll get the hang of it. Yeah, I'm trying to work on that. I gotta get the editing stuff down. I'm not that great at editing, but you know, I just gotta put a little bit more time and effort into it. To be quite honest, I do like doing the lives. I'm not, you know, unlike the people who play games, you can go on endlessly with that stuff. You know, for the most part, you know, I got to work on what I can do for, you know, longer periods and blah, 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 blah. But I'm also trying to get as much herping done as I can right now, because soon enough I am not going to be able to do any herping for a little bit. You know, once the baby comes, I got to figure some stuff out. I have people who can get headed in that direction. Well, that would be pretty cool. My brother's probably going to go to school for a graphic art. And Jesus Christ, dude, can you... Bro! Thanks, you lifted dipshit. Your edits are funny and great. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, it's just more along the lines of especially with the long videos. The long videos are what I got to work on with the editing. Like it's just, there's so much that goes into it. A lot more time, even with the basic stuff. That it's, you know, I'd like to be able to get more stuff out rather than, you know, I do have to spend like an entire day editing. We're talking, I need to hit the sack, but look forward to more lives, long form. Well, thanks for stopping by, Field Herping Frenzy. I appreciate that. And if you haven't yet, check the Discord. The link is in the comment section below. If you want to, you know, be engaged on the off times when I'm not on a live. So, yeah, links in the description, not the comment section, my bad. But, yeah, thanks for stopping by. But yeah, I got to work on the editing. I am working on a video right now. I was doing the research on it and found some interesting things. Going to be about coyote attacks, and I found some interesting notes that you'll see, you know, hopefully in a couple days. I don't think it's going to come out it might come out on Saturday. I'm not 100% sure yet. right, have a good one. But I don't know crap about computers. Community manager and 3 content creators in Discord. An old dog can learn new tricks. Yeah. Oh, I know I can learn it. Absolutely. God, there's somebody right on my ass, of course. Of course, there's somebody right there. I mean, I am on a regular highway. Not a regular highway, that's not the right term, but it's still 2-lane. Like, I'm going almost 60 right now. Not like I'm going slow. Blinding lights. I mean, it's when I'm doing this right now, like, I'm obviously doing commentary and like hamming it up a little bit. I'm not always this dramatic, but it's funny how that ends up happening. All right, is this person gonna come up right behind me too? You can't. No, please turn the other way. Thank God they went the other way. Okay. Decent PC and YouTube can be your best friend. Yep. YouTube teaches a lot of great stuff. You can get anything you want to learn from YouTube. Absolutely. All right. Ooh, an owl just flew by. I don't think you guys could have saw that. You might have been able to, but it was only for a split second. All right. This is a nice blacktop. Nice pristine blacktop. So I should be able to see if there's anything on it because it should stand out, but I'll doubt I'll see anything. You never know. I'm about to be home here in a second. Nice blacktop. Yeah, did get that one snake, so at least there's that. It wasn't a complete loss. Come on, give me something good. Give me something good. Are you in Croom now? No, I'm not. No, I'm not on. It looks like that road leading out to Croom, but it is not. I'm closer to Weeki-Wachi. This is the road that leads up to the Ace Hardware, the backside of Ace Hardware. I haven't seen anything out there in a while. Yeah, Croom is. It's the problem with, and it's not necessarily a problem. The thing about herping out in places like this is that we live in the sandhills technically, and the sandhills are a hit or a miss. It's not the easiest way to place to herp, like in general. But usually when you find stuff out in the sandhills, it's usually really good. There's a lot of pine snakes and indigo snakes out in the sandhills, and corn snakes and stuff, but you don't get a lot of numbers in the sandhills as you would in like the lowlands or the swamps. But when you do come across something like a hognose snake, makes it worth it. I know there's people who say that there's hognose snakes around here. I just have not been able to locate anywhere where I can find some dirt roads. Yeah, exactly. The dirt roads are really good in places like this. The problem is getting a good dirt road. There's not many really good dirt roads out here, unfortunately. I mean, there's some. You definitely can find stuff on dirt roads, but it's not anywhere as good as one might hope if they're looking for snakes, at least from what I have found. But, all right, guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate the support. Thanks for stopping by. I've seen one hognose snake in my life. I've never seen a hognose, so you have one more hognose than I have. I've seen a dead one, but I haven't seen a live one. But if you are not a part of the Discord yet, go check that out in the link down below, in the description. And thanks for tagging along, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.